The F-117 Night Hawk is one of the most famous aircraft in history, known for its groundbreaking design and stealth capabilities. Often called the first true stealth fighter, it was built to evade radar and surprise enemies. Developed by Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works division, the Night Hawk was a top-secret project during the Cold War, and its purpose was to give the U.S. military a major advantage during the Cold War. In today's video, we'll explore the incredible engineering behind the F-117 Night Hawk, looking at how its design and systems revolutionized air combat and stealth technology. The story of the F-117 began in the late 1970s, during a time of growing tension between the United States and the Soviet Union. The U.S. military was looking for new ways to defeat enemy radar systems and avoid detection. The idea was to develop an aircraft that could fly into enemy territory without being seen. This led to the creation of the stealth fighter concept, which aimed to reduce the aircraft's radar signature, making it nearly invisible to enemy radar. In 1975, the U.S. Air Force awarded a contract to Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works division, a special group of engineers and designers famous for working on top-secret projects. The team was led by Clarence Kelly Johnson, a legendary aerospace engineer. Their mission was to design a jet that could be difficult to detect by radar, which would also help military pilots carry out missions without getting shot down. The project was kept secret for years. In fact, the F-117 was so secret that its existence wasn't confirmed until the 1990s, even though it had been in service since 1983. Lockheed's engineers faced many challenges in designing the plane. The most important of these challenges was figuring out how to make the aircraft's radar signature as small as possible. After years of testing and development, the F-117 Night Hawk was ready for its first flight in 1981. Although it looked very different from other fighter jets, its design proved successful. The F-117 was capable of evading radar and performing precise strikes, which would later play a crucial role in military conflicts like the Gulf War. Stealth technology is an important innovation that makes military aircraft, ships, and vehicles hard to detect by radar and other sensors. It's like making an object invisible to detection systems, which gives it a huge advantage in combat situations. This technology is a game changer because it allows aircraft to get close to enemies without being seen or shot at, which is crucial for successful missions. The main idea behind stealth is to reduce or hide the object's radar signature. Radar works by sending out radio waves and then waiting for them to bounce back after hitting an object. The radar receiver then analyzes the return signals to figure out the size, shape, and location of the object. For stealth technology to work, the goal is to make sure the object doesn't reflect the radar waves back, or at least reflects them in a way that makes it hard to spot. One way this is achieved is by using special materials that absorb radar waves instead of reflecting them. These materials, known as radar-absorbing materials or RAM, are used on the surfaces of stealth aircraft. When radar waves hit these materials, they're absorbed and scattered, reducing the amount of signal that bounces back to the radar receiver. As a result, the aircraft becomes much harder to detect. Another key feature of stealth technology is the design of the aircraft itself. Instead of the smooth, curved surfaces typically seen on regular planes, stealth aircraft have sharp, angled surfaces. These angles are designed so that radar waves bounce off in different directions, rather than back toward the radar. The F-117 Night Hawk, for example, has a very unusual design with flat surfaces and sharp edges, which helps it avoid being picked up by radar. Stealth aircraft also use special coatings to further reduce their radar signature. These coatings are applied to the surface of the aircraft and help absorb radar waves, making the plane even less detectable. In addition, these coatings can also help reduce the plane's infrared signature, which makes it harder to spot using heat-seeking sensors. Another way the F-117 Night Hawk stealth is protected is with its aerodynamic design. Unlike most airplanes, which have smooth, curved surfaces designed to improve their speed and efficiency, the F-117 has a very angular, sharp-edged shape. This design is not about making the aircraft look cool, it's all about stealth. However, this shape does come with a trade-off. Aircraft are usually designed to be aerodynamic, which means that they can glide smoothly through the air, reducing drag and allowing for faster speeds. The F-117's sharp, flat surfaces create more drag than typical fighter jets, meaning it isn't the fastest or most efficient aircraft. In fact, it has a relatively slow top speed and isn't built for sharp turns or quick maneuvers. Instead, it was designed for precision and stealth, not speed or agility. This makes the F-117 more of a flying bomber than a traditional fighter jet, as its primary job was to get in and drop bombs without being detected. Because of its unusual shape, flying the F-117 wasn't easy. It was hard for pilots to control at first, and the plane had to be flown carefully. Its angular design made it less stable in certain situations, so the plane needed sophisticated flight control systems to help it stay on course. These systems made sure the F-117 could fly smoothly, even though its design wasn't optimized for normal flight. Now, before we go on to talk about other features of this massive fighter jet, please like this video and subscribe to learn more about fighter jets like this. The avionics and systems of the F-117 Night Hawk were crucial to its success as a stealth aircraft. Avionics refers to the electronic systems used in the aircraft for navigation, communication, and other functions. The F-117 had a set of advanced avionics that helped it perform its mission with precision and secrecy. One of the key systems of the F-117 was its navigation system, which used a combination of radar and GPS to guide the plane during its flight. Now, this was important because the F-117 needed to fly in areas with little visibility and often at night. Its radar system helped the pilot avoid obstacles and find the right path to its target, while the GPS ensured that the aircraft knew its exact location at all times. The F-117 was also equipped with advanced targeting systems, allowing it to strike enemy targets with high accuracy. The aircraft carried precision-guided weapons, such as laser-guided bombs, and its targeting system helped ensure these weapons hit their mark. This was especially important because the F-117 was designed to strike high-value targets, like military bunkers or radar systems, without being detected. The F-117 also had communication systems that allowed the pilot to stay in contact with other aircraft and ground control. These systems ensured that the pilot could get updates on weather, enemy movements, or other important information during the mission. All of these systems were controlled by a computer system that integrated the information from different avionics. This allowed the pilot to focus on flying and completing the mission without being overwhelmed by too much information. The computer system was very useful in helping to keep everything working smoothly, from navigation to targeting and communication. The F-117 Night Hawk has played an important role in the history of military aviation. First introduced in 1983 and used by the U.S. Air Force, it was the world's first operational stealth fighter jet. The F-117 was designed to be nearly invisible to radar, making it an essential part of the U.S. military strategy, especially during combat missions where avoiding enemy detection was crucial. The F-117's most famous missions occurred during the Gulf War in 1991. It was used to carry out bombing raids on high-value targets, such as command centers and air defense systems, without being detected by enemy radar. This ability to avoid detection allowed it to strike with precision and effectiveness. The F-117's stealth technology made it much harder for the enemy forces to target, giving it a major advantage in the war. The aircraft's success during the Gulf War showed the world the power of stealth technology in modern combat. The F-117 also saw action during the Kosovo War in the late 1990s. It continued to prove itself as a reliable and powerful tool for precision strikes. Despite facing some challenges, such as anti-aircraft missiles and enemy air defenses, the F-117's ability to fly undetected remained a key factor in its success. However, by the early 2000s, the F-117 began to be phased out of service. It was retired in 2008 after more than 25 years of use. Now, the main reason for its retirement was the advancement of newer and more versatile stealth aircraft, such as the F-22 Raptor and the F-35 Lightning II. These new jets combined stealth with improved maneuverability and better overall performance, making the F-117 less suitable for modern combat needs. The F-117 Night Hawk was a groundbreaking aircraft that changed the way we think about military technology. Its unique stealth design, advanced materials, and cutting-edge systems made it nearly invisible to radar, allowing it to complete missions with unmatched precision. While its unusual shape might not look like a typical fighter jet, it was built for one purpose: to stay hidden from enemy detection. The F-117 paved the way for future stealth aircraft and showed how innovative engineering can transform modern warfare. Its legacy still influences the design of today's advanced military planes. And with that, we've come to the end of our video. We hope you've learned something new. To learn more about recent developments in the world of fighter jets, please subscribe to this channel. And with that, we'll see you in our next video.